Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Hello.
Preserving the Fire. This is our very first podcast, Simone. We're we're doing a podcast here for the Catholic Charismatic Renewal, in the Archdiocese of Milwaukee, Preserving the Fire. It's great to be with you today. We are doing our first event for the fall season of 2025, and we have today our guest. Speaker for that event, Dr. Ann DeSantis, with us. As you can see, she has a brand new book out called Living Affability. Simone's holding it up right there. Um, and we're going to be talking with Dr. Ann DeSantis today about her faith journey, her walk, and a little bit about her talk. Give a little teaser of her talk for the audience that is listening to the podcast. So thank you so very much, Dr. Ann DeSantis, for being with us.
Well, Bill and Simone, it is an honor to be here with you on the podcast. I'm really looking forward to visiting in September for my talk, and I'm grateful to be on this podcast with you today.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your faith journey, and just a little bit about you.
Oh, I appreciate it, Bill. And first, I just want to thank you personally because Bill Snyder and I have been acquainted for quite some time. We actually have hosted another podcast. We continue to do that one as well. It's called the Sowing Hope podcast, and we've been acquainted for more than 5, 6 years now. And I am the executive director of a Catholic nonprofit that helps individuals and families in crisis. It's called the St. Raymond Nonnatus Foundation for Freedom, Family, and Faith. It was founded by a religious order, the Mercedarian Religious Order, headquartered in Philadelphia, which is where I'm from, where I'm taping this podcast from right now. In addition to that, I am a Catholic author and speaker. I'm with the Catholic Speakers Organization. And I'm a wife and a mom and a grandmother too, and that's the most important part of my life. And I'm really also very fond of the charismatic prayer movement. And actually, when my husband and I were a younger couple and we had young kids, we were introduced to it way back right around the early 2000s, and it has made a tremendous difference in my life. And that's why I'm really grateful to be here with you today, just to talk about the work that I've done and my visit and my book and any other topics that you want to discuss, Bill.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so I would love to learn a little bit about, you have such a heart for the marginalized. That's the bio on our flyer, or the bio on our flyer for the event says you have such a heart for the marginalized. I would love for you just to talk a little bit about how you developed that heart.
Well, I really appreciate that question. And all of us come to a point in our lives when we have a deeper conversion. I know that people who are watching this podcast and perhaps they are involved in charismatic prayer or prayer groups, many times people have issues or problems that they get to a point in their life where they say, I need prayer and I need the Lord. I need his help and I want to grow closer to him. Well, that did happen to me. And I will make kind of a long story short, but I had a health crisis a number of years ago after I had my second child. I was diagnosed with a very serious heart problem. It was really in the category of congestive heart failure. And I got to a point with my health and what was going on with my family. And just at that time, with the stress of this illness that I had right after delivering my second child, is that I was told or suggested by a relative to get the sacrament of the sick. And that's exactly what I did. I called the parish and I asked a priest to come over my house. And he gave me the sacrament of the sick. And it made a tremendous difference because shortly thereafter, not only was I restored of my faith, but I found out shortly thereafter that my health was also restored. My heart had been healed from a very serious illness. And from that time on, I really said to the Lord, you know what? My life is yours. Whatever you need me to do, I'm here. I want to serve. And that's what I did ever since that time. Now, that was a long time ago, back in the late 90s. And since that time, really, God and my faith has been at the forefront of my life. And it gave me a thirst to want to learn more about my faith too. And when my children were in high school, I went back to school, got my master's in theology, and then just not that long ago, less than a year ago actually, I finally got my doctorate in theology from Pontifex University. And I did my dissertation on that very topic. You know, you were asking me, Bill, about the marginalized. And the name of my dissertation was The Virtue of Affability and Its Relevance in Modern Evangelization. And affability, really, what it is our openness to others. It's the way we show our kindness, our friendliness, the way that we show people that we care. And St. Thomas Aquinas wrote about it in the Summa Theologica as a moral virtue, a justice that we give to others. It's the way that we react to people. It is our demeanor, right? It's the smile that we offer that St. Teresa of Calcutta spoke about so often. So when I come on September 16th to give my talk at St. Francis of Assisi Church, that is what I'll be talking about. I'll be talking about another book that I wrote, but it's along the same lines of the dissertation, Living Affability. And that is a 40-day journey. Every day I talk about a quote from either a pope or a saint or a catechism quote, a Bible quote. I give a reflection, a call to action, and a prayer to teach people what is this virtue. A lot of people don't know what it is. And I've done various talks throughout the United States on the work that I've done through the dissertation and this book. And people come up to me and they'll say, I don't know what affability is. Can you tell me? And so that's the goal. That's the goal of my doing these talks, is to teach people, you know, kindness is one of the most important virtues, the most important acts of charity that we do for people, isn't it? But affability is just a little bit different. Affability is actually our demeanor, right? It's the way that we talk to people, the way that we interact. It is our conversations that we have with people. And so that's what I really want to focus on when I come, Bill and Simone. I'm super excited to visit, and I'm really grateful to both of you and to the Catholic Charismatic Renewal of Milwaukee for inviting me to come to speak.
So how do we grow
Yeah,
if
we had
we
a
ask
little
if
technical difficulty there hearing everything, but I think what you were asking me was, how do we grow in this virtue? Is that what you were asking? Yeah. Well, the way that we grow, I think it's really multifaceted. One of the ways that we have to grow first is to learn about this virtue. What is it? And I think when you read books about certain saints, and I get into that in my book, the book that I wrote, Saint Teresa of Calcutta. Two saints that are going to be canonized on September 7th of 2025 are Blessed Pier Giorgio Frassati and also Blessed Carlo Acutis, and they're also part of my book. But they also teach us about what affability really is and the way that we show our friendliness, right? Friendliness is really an important thing. And especially, we've seen so much on social media and in our world, in our actions, even in our church, the way that people just have a hard time getting along, right? And so what I'm trying to do with the work that I've done and continue to do is to teach people that part of the truths, I'll put them in air quotes, of our church, of our faith. We have so many truths of the faith, but one of those truths is really modeling Christ. And so Christ is our biggest teacher, isn't he? And our Blessed Lady. And so when we imitate them, that's one of the first ways that we learn about affability, is we look at Christ and say, how did he interact with the marginalized? How did he interact with the poor? And that's exactly what we're supposed to do. We're really supposed to follow in his footsteps. And I'll get a lot more into that when I come in for my visit and talk about ways that people can learn about this virtue and ways that they can grow in it too. And also teach others. That's the important thing. We need to teach people what this means and how important it is and how we can really be better people for God's sake.
Amen. Thank you so much for spending this precious time with us. We really appreciate that. And we know that many people in the renewal are going to be watching this, whether you found it through our newsletter or on our YouTube channel, to get just a little bit of a flavor. I want to remind people that the talk is just a free will offering. So please come to St. Francis of Assisi Parish in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is located on Fellar Phillips Avenue, just a couple blocks north of the Buck Stadium. So you can join us there on September 16th, 6 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. You'll be presenting on this wonderful topic, living affability. And if you want to learn more and you want to just give your website and whatnot, so people can check out your work on your website and all your other
Well,
podcasts.
thank you, Bill. I really appreciate that. My name again is Ann DeSantis. So my website is AnnDeSantis.com, ANNEDESANTIS.com. I'm on social media too. You can connect with Dr. Ann DeSantis on all the social media platforms too. I'm thankful to you, Simone and Bill, for hosting me on this podcast today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, until next time, folks, may God bless you and your families. Amen.